Yeah. So again, good afternoon. So in the last session, we looked at SQL queries, how to send basic SQL queries to databases. So today we'll try to see. I have not completely properly prepared for kind of a step-by-step procedure, but then roughly I'll give you an idea, so that you'll get an idea how to visualize data in a website. So here I'll just start with our website which we developed, cems.ith.ac.in, that is Campus Energy Monitoring System, cems.ith.ac.in. And once you open this link, cems.ith.ac.in, you will start seeing a slideshow at the first. Yeah, and this slideshow keeps showing some presentation. So about this particular concept which I was telling. So below this slideshow, so we are having one simple image, and below that we have a table where the number of meters being monitored have shown, and below that you have some different campuses, and one of the, like right now I'm in IIT Hyderabad, and if I go for real-time data, so we'll get a different page, and in this different page we'll start seeing some real-time data. So this, I think, once I already showed this before. So this data, as you know, has been collected from the digital meters with communication capability. Their meters are sending the data to the server every minute, and then from there we are trying to show into the website. So today I would like to just briefly explain how this part is done. Like, assuming that you have the real-time data, how we can visualize the data in a website. In fact, now this website is public, so if you can show, like, we can also plot a graph like this. So if you can open this link on your respective browser, you will be able to see that website. Now let me, and simple table also. Let's say I select one particular meter, and in a simpler tabular form it will show the data. So just give a minute for the data to load, so you'll be able to see that. So what is there at the back end of this? Okay, so to see that is what we will do. I'll just choose the notifications. Just give it a minute. So all these things have been done by JavaScript. So now you can see the data. So meter number is 41. Today is 3rd November 2020. So this is real time as of now we are recording, and time is 14:43, and we can see the meter location and the voltages in RYB phases, average voltage, currents in RYB phases, average current. We can notice that in B phase the current is significantly larger than the other phases, and the powers are also like that, and total power is about 6.9 kilowatts of frequency and the cumulative energy reading. So some information like this we are able to get it, so which is a real-time information. Now how to do this? So if I right click and then go for view page source, so we can see the page source, and if you go down further, so this the initial part is just the top menu and all this stuff, and when you go down we have this table, and so this is a row for power, this is a row for frequency and all these things, and below there is some kind of a script is there. Okay, so this is a JavaScript, and this particular JavaScript is able to create the real-time data, and then as and when the data changes, automatically it refreshes also. So for example, if I go back now, okay, now still it is same, but after a while the data will be more updated, data will be coming. So again, as I said, I'm not going very step-by-step detailed process, but in general how it is done. So using JavaScript, we are able to visualize the data. So now what is this thing? So what you are seeing is a client, and there is a server which is actually having the data. So I'd like to briefly show that how it is done. So I go back to this particular code. So I'll try to increase the font size. See, one of the settings is there, so let's see whether it has worked. Yeah, so now slightly the font size is increased. So maybe even a little bit more. Yeah. So here you are seeing this code actually. So this code goes into a huge code, more than around 846 lines of code is there. So this has a lot of code in it. And when in between you can also see, for example, this is there, select star from block totals, where timestamp is like this. So this is like the SQL query. This is actually an SQL query. And so it's on one side, the server is sending queries to database, and on the other side, the server is receiving data and then displaying it in the this thing. So if I now again go to the top, so here we can see the some initial libraries are being loaded, and then the server is getting started, and then some links are being assigned. Like for example, the user goes to home.html, then which file should be directed. So like this, we have some links also mentioned here. Okay, so there's so many links because the main website itself has so many links. Yeah, so before I move further, let me again go back and then ask you, you have any questions as of now, any doubts, so that instead of me going in a random direction, based on what your doubts are, maybe one by one I can address those doubts. So any questions you have as of now up to what you have seen?
No, sir. Nothing from my side.
You're able to see my screen, right? Clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is visible.
Okay. Okay, so next what I'll try to do is maybe I'll try to uh, disturb things around. So okay, so on your screen, can you open cems.iith.ac.in?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
In fact, everybody can do this on your mobile phone or anywhere. Whoever are listening to this particular thing on your phone, because I'm just doing a live demo actually. So on your phone, you can type cems.iith.h.in. So others are also doing this. Just let me know. So now you can see on from Nagpur, this Whipple's system, it is showing this website. Okay, so the website is coming and the slideshow and everything is coming, right? So now what I do, because the server of this particular website is with me actually. So if I stop the server, then the website will not be loading. So did anybody else open this link also?
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm also doing.
I
People, you can open that real-time data part if you go down and select on the real-time data. So now, from Nagpur, he can see the building consumption data in our campus now. So next, what I want to do is I will stop the server. Others are also able to open this website.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So more than one person will be able to open. Now I stop the server from my side. Now, can you refresh it and show everybody like whether it will work? So now you can see 502 bad gateway because I stopped the server. Now this particular website will not be working. So again, I'll start the server. So you can see, right, even others also can confirm. If you simply refresh, it will not be working. So now let me again start the server. So once I started the server, so again you can refresh. So now again it started showing the data. So just give it a minute for it to show the real-time data. So not only this, the entire website will be there. So the first thing what I demonstrated in last 5 minutes is that what we are able to stop and start the website. Okay. Now I'll show you about creating new pages. Okay. Any questions until here?
No, sir.
So were others also able to get this? Any doubts, any questions on this? Okay, so now I will share my screen now. So I just go back to sharing my screen, and here was the so here is the terminal where I'm using to control the server. So now if I say stop the server, so this is the command which will stop the server, pm to stop the server. Now the website will not be working. If you want to verify, just refresh it, and then again if I say start, then again the website will be starting to work. Okay, so now I'll go back to the code of the server. And in the code of the server, forget about all the other rest of the code. Just focus on this line of the code which I am right now highlighting on the screen. So you're able to see it, right? App.get demo2.html, then send file public demo2.html. So whenever the request comes for demo2.html, like that, whenever any request comes, for that request, the file that will be sent is this demo2.html file will be sent to the user. Okay, so this is the simple one-line command which does that. If a request is coming for demo2.html, then send the file demo2.html. Now, what is demo2.html? If I go to demo2.html, so forget the initial script and everything. Just see here, I have only body like this in the HTML file, just demo2 testing. This is my heading that I am giving. And for you to do little bit more information, so I'll put heading 2. This is now a simple HTML file. And here I will write it's working. So I have created a demo2 HTML file and it's working like this. Now what you can do, I go back to my terminal and restart the server. Okay. And then I go to the browser, okay, and I will request for that particular file. So okay, so how do I request for that particular file? cms.ith.h.in is the original, that initial part, and then here I'll say demo2.html. Now when I requested that file, so I got the solution, that is the reply, that is demo2, it's working. So now what is the capability? I can create any HTML file and I can send it to anybody. Now to demonstrate it, again, I will request Vipul to present his screen. So can you do that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So just look at the screen shared by Vipul. So Vipul is in Nagpur and I am in Hyderabad, so which are quite far actually, maybe around 500 kilometers apart. So So you know the link, right? What link to open?
Yes,
So
sir.
we will be sharing this. So now you can see demo2.html. So this was the original thing, and then demo2.html if he types. So he will get that particular file. Okay. So I can create any HTML file and I can send across. Okay. So that is the first thing. In the initially, I showed how to start and stop the server. After that, next I am showing how to create a page and send it. Okay. So now I can create whatever I want in this particular. So what I want to fill in this is the real-time data. Okay. Okay. So what we will be doing, I think you just stay on that page, Vipul. So what we will be doing, see now if I on my side, I will add a second line. So let me add a second line. So on my side, I have added it. So now, of course, without restarting, if you refresh, it will not work. So can you refresh once? So it's not working. So I have to. So I think it will take the changes dynamically. So this is good. So we can see that the second line also added. So I can keep on adding information to this demo2.html and it will update with the newest information on the web page. Okay. So yeah, any questions up till here?
Sir, are we going to include the real-time data from meters or any smart grid device data here
Okay,
in this
so
website?
now what we can do is that so the question is okay, now we know how to create a page and then show the data in it. How to get the real-time data into this particular page? Okay, so that is it requires little bit of coding to be done, and that coding part maybe I think we have some more time. So I'll try to demo that here. So again, I am telling you it's completely unprepared. So this we have done more than 1 year ago, and then suddenly today I'm opening, so I have to kind of remember my codes a little bit. So anyway, let's try do some testing. Okay, so now the objective is now let me again start presenting. So on my end, let's show the. You're able to see my screen right now. So we have
Yes, sir.
created a architecture in the last two lectures, right? So this is the architecture we have created. So on the left side, you can see home one. Okay, so this is the home one where there is a washing machine, which I mean, not only washing machine, any particular device like a fridge or a television or any other device, water heater, whatever. So we want to monitor this device, and for monitoring this device, we are using a microcontroller, and the microcontroller is sending data to the cloud, and from the cloud, the data goes to the server, and at the server, I have a website, and from that website, the people can see the data. So this is the architecture we are thinking. So now there not only one home, there will be more than like close to 20-25 homes. So all of the homes will be sending the data. So how they will be sending the data? So one option we discussed was through Dropbox synchronization, and then that data will come as a CSV file to the server. And by doing some programming in the server side, we should be able to show that in a website. So let's try to let me also revise my this thing coding of that part, and then we'll try to see how it is done. So is this clear? What we are trying to build?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. So now. Let me open this HTML file. So here we need to have some source of real-time data. Okay. So, and the server has to send that data. Okay. So just give me a minute. I will go back to my this thing. I'll just read the code a little bit and then I'll try to remember and I'll try to explain. So otherwise I will show an existing file. So if I now go back to our website, so instead of this demo 2, I'll just go to, maybe I'll add a link to go to the home page. Okay, so how to go to the home page? So I'll go to demo 2. So here I'll add one more link. So this is how we have to add. I don't know whether I've done it properly. We'll just come to know. So there may always be some small syntax errors whenever I do something like this. So I just added one line of code. So let me now again refresh it. So here I got the second line and then go to home page. Now if I click it, I just have to simply give nothing. Refresh it. Now it goes back to home page. Okay. So again, to go to demo page, I just simply have to type demo 2. Then I'll go to this demo page and again I'll go back to home page. Now going back to home page, I'll go back to one particular page, that is this one. Sometime back I opened it. So here A block meter data HTML 41. So something like this I'm giving a link. So if I give that link, then this particular table is getting created. So maybe through this I'll show how to do that. So now let me open that file here. So here you can see otherwise I'll just copy this from here to demo 2. Okay, so that one second, just give me a copy. So I'm just copying one table. Okay. So forget what I did before. So now just come back to here. I'm creating a simple table. Okay. So how to create a table? Simply there is a table tag. Okay. And then the table tag ends here. So here I'll explain again what I'm doing. So first is the parameter. Next one is R phase. We have a 3-phase data in this. So that's why Y phase. These are just headings of the table. B phase. And then what I have, average power, total power. Okay. So this is average power. And this is total. And this is unit. Okay. So just notice here, first I started table. In the table, I started a row. In the row, I am having data, that is parameter, R phase, Y phase. This is just the heading. Then in the below one, I'm keeping a row that is power, and then PR, PY. This is just ID, but the actually content is empty. Okay. So, and then the unit is kilowatt, and then the table is ending. So let us see whether this table will come in the our demo. So I go back to our demo. Yeah, so down here you can see the table is coming. Okay, so I'll shift it up so that it can. In fact, these two I'll delete. So I just realigned the this thing, the contents of the page. So now you can see demo 2 testing. Below there is a table, and below there is a go back to home page like that. So, but the table doesn't appear like table because the border is not there. So I'll give the border for the table. So say border equal to 2. Little bit thick border I'm giving for the table. So now you can see there is a border for this particular table. Now, what I am saying is there is a particular meter in which the power measurement is coming. Power in R phase, power in Y phase, power in B phase, average power, total power, and the unit is of course in kilowatt hours. Okay. So question is what data should I fill in this? Okay. So right now I'll just put question marks here. So I'll put one more question mark, and question mark. See, right now I've just I put question marks, so you can see question marks here, right? So before I go forward again, I'll request Vipul to share your screen again, and everybody else, whoever is
Yes, sir.
joining this call, on your phone, you go to this link. What is the link? The link is cems.ith/demo2.html. So, okay.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, Vipul.
Okay. Sir, shall I share it again? Sir, you are not audible.
Vipul, you can share. Maybe, sir. Maybe in Discord.
Vikram, what about you? Vikram,
Sir,
can you try to share?
my screen. Sir.
Just share your screen, open a browser, and
Actually,
go to
I
that link.
logged in with my mobile SIM.
Yeah, even if it is in mobile, that is good.
Okay.
Share your screen on mobile also. I think it will work. Just give it a try. We'll try it.
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
Sir, was my data visible here on the
Yes,
screen?
yes.
Yes, sir. It is coming properly, sir. The table and data is coming there. Just
The table means that only the question mark is coming, but
yes,
I'll
sir.
shortly show how to give real-time data in that also.
Yes,
So now Vikram started presenting. So we can see his mobile screen. So go to CMS. Yeah. Not in the Google search, directly type at the top. Yeah, there. So we are able to see his screen.
Sir, cms.iats dot.
idh.ac.in slash demo2.html.
Yes,
So
sir.
now
Where?
again, you can see on his mobile the same thing is coming. So I am in Hyderabad and I believe Vikram is in Warangal, right? Right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whatever I just created the table. So now the question is how to get the real-time data, okay, into this. So any questions anybody is having? Are you able to follow what I'm trying to do?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, that platform, sir, is it a Java, sir? I'm not aware.
Yeah. So what I'm using is Node.js for server and JavaScript
Okay.
for designing pages.
Okay, sir.
Anyway, I will once again make a detailed video step by step doing that. Today I could not prepare and do that, but in this particular videos I'll keep that also. Now,
And so
eventually
one thing,
you will also, yeah. Any
sir,
question?
and what are the softwares we are required? Like you are using Atom, something is there. So
So that is for okay. Anyway, so I think I'll go back to uh, Vikram.
yes, sir.
You keep sharing your screen like that. I will
Okay,
just
sir.
edit certain points there.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so and that will appear in on this screen. Okay, so I'm just adding a paragraph.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so basically some doubts. Okay, so so editor. I'm using Atom. But any files, any editor can be used. So HTML for display of contents. Okay, so now on your respective phones or whatever, you can do that, or you
Sir, we
can take.
got that text.
What happened? You are not sharing your screen, Vikram.
Yes, it's on sharing, sir.
Okay, okay. So refresh the screen.
I
Now,
refresh, sir. I'm able to
okay,
see that
okay.
Node.js will act as a server and this all.
Yeah, but I'm not able to see it on my screen, so that's why.
Okay, sir. 1
So,
minute.
what about others?
Sir, I am able to see that part.
Okay, okay. So now
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I'm
now you are able
able
to
to
see, sir.
see. So here
Sir,
I've
you
just
are able
added
to.
some text below. Okay, so
Sir, you are able to see now on my
yes, yes,
screen.
I'm able to see. So I have added some text below so that
Yeah.
now you can see platform I'm using is Node.js, which will be acting like a server. Editor I'm using Atom, but you can use any editor text. Even Notepad also is fine. And then HTML for display of contents and JavaScript for getting data onto HTML page. Okay, so we still have about half an hour of time. So in the next half an hour, let me try to get some real-time data into this particular table, so that it will be like a one complete thing. Okay, so now you have put it in Who is sharing the screen now?
Sir, I'm
Okay.
sharing the screen.
Anyway, so let's go back and I'll start sharing again my screen. So now the question is how to get the data. Okay. So for getting the data, what I will do is, you notice here, if I go back on the code, there is a table data. Then there is some ID is there called PR, which means power in R phase, and question mark, and then this one. So that means this particular tag has been given an ID. So now I can simply programmatically I can replace the value. So I can go down here, and then script is there, right? I can simply say this particular line. So what I'm doing is, let's say, 100.8. Okay. So what I'm doing is, in the script, I'm saying get element by ID VR, and then inner HTML I'm saying 100.8. Okay, so just at the beginning I'm having question mark, but down in the script I'm creating a value 100.8. Okay, so let us see whether this value comes in your screen. So again, you can respective phones you can open and refresh, but I will directly show on my screen. So I'll just simply refresh. So I think it's not working. So let me try restarting the server something. Okay. So again some problem. Oh, sorry, this is PR, not VR. So I'll go for PR. Okay. So now if I refresh, so here you can see 100.8 is coming. Okay. So programmatically we can set the data like this using this get element. Okay. Now let me forget about that code. Let me search one thing. See, what I want to do is I want to increment this value. So 100, 101, 102, like that. I want to keep on incrementing with every 1 second delay. So how to do that? So first thing is I want to go and then see timer in JavaScript, or maybe delay in JavaScript. Yeah, set timeout. I think that is the one. So there is a function, set timeout function alert hello, and then the time. Okay, so I think I'll copy this. So here I'll create it. In the place of alert, I'll keep this line, and in the place of 3000, I'll keep 5000. Okay. So let us see now what this should do is, when it initially loads, it will load with a question mark, and then later on after 5 seconds it will show 100. Okay, so let us see that. So I go to this, and then so it is showing a question mark. We'll wait for 5 seconds. So without doing anything, now you can see 100.8 in that particular place. So did you get this? So the code is like this, very simple. Set timeout we have to create above, and then amount of time I have to give, and then this particular file will run, and then like this. So now if I want to do some increments, so I can always say 1000 here, and then so I can do these things. So 101, 102. So I have done something like this. So again, let's see whether it will work. So at a time, it has done everything, I think. Okay, so in that case, I have to keep nested things. I have to keep. So let's see again. Yeah. So we have to keep on nesting. But anyway, so so you can see now. I'm just updating it, right? So are you able to see it? So the code is very simple. There is a function called set timeout. Using the set timeout function, you can set a particular HTML to any value, HTML element to any value. So again, I would like somebody else to share their screen and show the demo. Either Vipul or Vikram,
Yes, sir.
anybody can share your
Sharing,
screen.
sir. I'm
Yeah.
sharing the screen, sir.
And then you just refresh it.
Okay, sir.
So can you see after every 1 second,
Yes.
the values keep on incrementing, right? So once again, refresh.
Yes, sir. It's changing. 102, 100, 102,
I mean,
101.
wait until it goes up to 105.
Yes, sir.
So we need not refresh because anyway
It's
I'm
moving.
giving 1 second timeout. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now what is the next step we have to do now? See, I have the capability of creating a HTML file. Let it be there, of creating a HTML file and creating a table in the HTML file and changing the values in the table. So all these capabilities I'm having. So next what I should have to show the real-time data. See, the data has to come from somewhere, right? From somewhere the data has to come. So in our case, of course, the data is coming from the measurement device. And the measurement device is sending the data to server. And then the server has to send it to the HTML page. Then it will display. Okay? So let me show that how it is done. Any questions up till here?
No, sir.
Okay. So so let me go back to my listing. So down, if I go, there is some code is there. So let's try to understand this. Okay, where socket IO connect. So what does it mean? So we are initializing a variable, and the variable name is socket, and this IO is a library, and we are connecting using that library. We are connecting. So where is this connection? This connection is between the demo to HTML and the server. So HTML file is connecting to the server. Now, there is a call called demo meter data, and the data will come in this form called mdata. And once the mdata comes, then the mdata is simply, I think this is not required. Mdata comes, this will simply, you see, get element by id and replace the value. So like this it is there, and then this is a simple script here. So of course in our table we don't have all this data, so we just have the powers. So I'll delete all these lines for your convenience, and I'll delete all these lines also. Now I have to display a timestamp, right? So to display a timestamp, there is a particular ID. So this I'll create another. I go back to my HTML, and above the table I'll create a element. Okay, so in that I will keep the timestamp, right? So here, let's say simply a paragraph where ID equal to T star. And yeah, let's see whether this one appears. Yeah. So I think what this times this will work is only when we are sending the request. Okay. So that also I have to work now. Um, okay. So now I have to go to the server side because I have to start loading on the server. Okay. So I think this also will I'll delete. Let me go to the server side. And I will search for the demo where I'm. So here the server is sending a query to particular database. I think this is the one we have to see. No, Control F. Just give me a minute. Here I have to go to home page. Then because the demo I am getting it from here, I just want to search what is the file name. Okay. So here I'm going to a block meter data dot html. Okay. So control F, a block. Okay, so this is the code I have to run, and then there is a function which is being run. Yeah, so here the function is running, and then here the socket is. Yeah, so I think I'm able to find it, but then for explaining this, I have to again explain about the database connectivity. So I think that we will not do. So right now we'll just, in the interest of time, we'll just stop here, because how to connect to database is again another topic, so that you should try later. So meanwhile, I will just try to show you how, if we have data here, how we can set it. So I'll just, this timer thing I'll remove. This socket also I'll remove. So there's not going to be any communication between the server and client. I'll just simply set the data here. So for example, maybe the timestamp will work automatically. Meter ID, I will not worry about it. And here, 234.5, 240.6. Oh, these are powers, right? Okay, so 2.45, 5.63, and 6.22. And obviously the total power will be the total of this. So approximately I will add 0, 1, 3. Okay. So 30.8 plus 5, 13, 14. So it will be 14. Okay, so I have just simply given hard-coded values. So now if I run this, there is an error here. PRPY. I think there's a problem with the timestamp. So I'll also remove the timestamp. Yeah. So now we can see the values are coming here. Total average I did not set, so it is not coming, but the other power values are coming. So here I've just, in the interest of time, I stopped and then given the values, but then later we can change it through getting from the programming. That I will explain maybe in the next session. So any doubts here so far what we discussed? Any questions on what we have? Yeah, so on the screen also you can see right now the data is coming on the screen there.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the script part, where we have a function defined,
Yeah.
it says get element by ID. So is it a built-in function or is it a custom function?
Okay,
Uh,
so I'll start presenting my screen again.
yes.
So the question that you're asking is this one, get element by ID. So
Yes.
this is a built-in function. So in the JavaScript, the document is the object. The whatever is HTML file is there, that is the document, and in that any element you can get by its ID, and you can set the inner HTML value to whatever value you want. So this document is a document class is the this thing. So now if I say JavaScript and then say document, document object. So are you able to see my screen? JavaScript document
Yes,
object.
sir.
So document dot get element by ID, get element by tag name, get element by class name. So like this you can do, and then we can set the any style, any property. We can change the color, you can change the fonts, everything. So like this is there. Then anchor. So there's so many features are there for all of this.
Okay. Got it, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
So any other question? So here also you can see if you go to W3 school, left side is the HTML and the right side is the output. So you can do that. You can make that sample. So for example, if I go back to my particular this thing, see if I bring all my code here. So instead of script here, so on the right you can see demo 2 testing. So whatever I have given in my this thing also works here. Okay, so because the HTML is same anywhere, it is same. Any browser will be able to read it and interpret it. And now if I bring the script here, so right now you can see all question marks, right? Now if I go back and then if I bring the script part and then I paste it here. Now if I say run, okay, script. So again, you can see on the right, the same thing is coming. Okay. So if you want to practice, definitely you should use this W3 schools and practice like that. So if you want to add one more row, so instead of power, let's say I want to add currents. Okay. So you can say current. So now if you see here, you can see parameter current and power. Okay. But because the IDs are same, it replaces this thing. So I'll just so I'm just changing this thing, and if I run again, I can see the code outside. So this is also very good. Thing. Yeah. So any other questions? So I think we'll stop here, and then today as I said, I did not explain anything step by step. I just explained things roughly, how we are able to control develop and control a web page, and then connecting to database. That maybe next time we'll see. Okay. So meanwhile, there are several sources. So you go to any, like you simply go to YouTube and type JavaScript tutorials or something. You will find a lot of things. So you don't have to learn the entire website development. Just learn how to, insert text and then modify the text. So that itself will be our simple enough website to show our real-time data. Okay. So shall we close here now? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.